Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you want more sports content. Leave a like if you like the video. And listen, if you're feeling extra special today, I won't tell if you hit that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. Saquon Barkley is not getting the respect he deserves right now in the NFL, and it's making me sick. I see Christian McCaffrey this, Ezekiel Elliott this, Todd Gurley fell off, but last year, Todd Gurley this, Saquon Barkley has been in the league all of 2 years, and pretty much 5 games into him being in the league, he was already the best running back in the league. And people are completely ignoring it. The guy is 230 pounds. He's elusive. You don't want to compare him to Barry? Whatever. Imagine Reggie Bush being 230 pounds. Imagine LaShawn McCoy being 230. This dude can catch like Matt Forte, like the best pass catching running backs in the history of the NFL. And he's like a souped up version of Le'Veon Bell. He's faster than them. He's got every single thing that you look for in a running back. Every single thing he can do. Adrian Peterson is basically donned him as the next guy. And I don't really see a debate. Anyway, with Saquon Barkley, with Evan Ingram, with Daniel Jones, with the receivers we have, we're the fastest team in the league and 11 personnel. And that just makes us, every single position on our team is a home run hitting position. Everybody can go for 6. Looking at these stats also, when Saquon was in the game last year with Daniel Jones averaged 271.3 passing yards per game, 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 95 quarterback rating. And when Saquon was out of the game, Daniel Jones averaged 183 yards per game, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a 59 quarterback rating. Now, what does that mean? It means that defenses obviously played the Giants differently when Saquon was in the game. When Saquon is in that game, you have to worry about a threat to score on every single play, and you have to commit to that. If you don't, even with a horrible offensive line, it's going to be a bad day for you. When Saquon was out of the game, Daniel Jones had to face, different coverages that the team didn't have to worry about a running game. And that's been the Giants over and over again for the past, since T.D. Barber left. We'll say since Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw left. They have not had to worry about a consistent rushing attack for over a decade now. And to have Saquon back there, it doesn't matter what your line is looking like. It doesn't matter about any of that. You will have a threat back there, and it is forcing the defense to be honest. That's why the running back position is still important. If Saquon was just some average running back, if people just say that you can just pull him out and just replace him with, if Saquon was this guy that was just some, plug and play running back that wasn't special, these numbers wouldn't look that much different. When you have a dog back there, the defense has to prepare for that every time. And like I said, it's just a lot of disrespect. The dude is 230 pounds, runs a 4.4 flat, is elusive, the most elusive player in the league, probably next to Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson, because those guys are smaller than him. In the open field, it's no debate. The only guy last year who I really said, oh, this guy's surpassed Saquon, Lamar Jackson. He's not a running back, he's a quarterback. But when he was in the open field, I said this is the biggest threat in the league. But you put Saquon behind Andrew Thomas. You put him behind a more motivated Nate Solder. Or, if you don't want to cooperate, we'll put in Matt Peart. You put him behind Will Hernandez, who's a nasty run blocker. You put him behind Shane Lemieux, who's going to compete for center this year. And then you put him behind Kevin Zeitler, the Pro Bowl right guard. And these holes are going to start to open. These holes are going to start to open, and this run game is going to be ridiculous. And then you throw in Dion Lewis, who can come in, and he can run the ball a little. He's elusive, he can run the ball a little, and he can catch the ball. So imagine a split back. Dion Lewis on one side, Saquon on the other side, Evan Ingram in that tight end position, and then 2 wide receivers out. That is a dangerous, dangerous sight. And this offense is going to be beyond explosive. Because when you have someone who's the best player on either side of the field, which Saquon is usually always going to be, you're going to win football games. You're going to win football games if you can give this guy an offensive line. And now that he has one, the NFC East it's a joke at this point, because you establish that run game, and we know that if last year and the year before we ran Saquon like how Jason Garrett is going to run him this year, we know he'd be up over 1,600 yards. He got 1,300 yards his rookie year and 100 catches? Who does that? Pat Shurmur comes from the Andy Reid school of thought, to where he's allergic to running the ball. Now that's fine. That's good for Daniel Jones, but Pat Shurmur is gone now. And Jason Garrett is going to run the ball. He's going to run the football. He put all of his running backs over 300 carries. That's 20 plus carries every game. Gone are the days where we say, why didn't Saquon get the ball? Because he only touched the ball 15 times the entire game. That's not going to happen. Our best player will touch the ball. Daniel Jones, DJ, you guys know how great I think this guy is going to be. But if you have Saquon Barkley in the backfield, why overcomplicate it? Give him the football, let him run, and this is the offense that we want to see as Giants fans this year. We want Saquon getting the ball 20 to maybe even sometimes 30 times a game. When the defense is tired of him, go ahead and throw in Wayne Gallman. Go ahead and throw in Dion Lewis. And then Daniel Jones, play action. He can run, he can pass. The perfect scenario for the Giants offense this year is Daniel Jones maybe barely over 4,000 yards. The Saquon 1,800 yards. Spread the ball around. We have so many playmakers, and the offense is going to run through our best player, which is Barkley. It's going to run through him, and if he's successful, the way that this offense is going to be designed, just like the Cowboys, if he is successful in this offense, the Giants are a playoff team. It's just that plain and simple. He's going to get the ball, and if he can consistently control the game, and our defense cannot be the worst, historically horrible, we're in the playoffs. And that's why I'm really confident this year with the mix of him, with the mix of Daniel Jones getting better, his ability to run, his ability to make contested throws, to make, throws on the run going wherever way he wants to go. And then the threat of him running the option and Saquon running, if we can just use Daniel Jones how he used Prescott in the first place, it's going to be very difficult to stop. Because if they're running the option, or, if he's more encouraged to say, go ahead and take that green light and run, the options, it's a lot to worry about. Because you have to worry about Saquon getting the ball. You have to worry about Daniel Jones running with the ball. You have to worry about Darius Slayton getting better and, getting down the field on somebody. He's still a 4-3 receiver. Don't forget that guy. 6'1 plus and 4'3. Then you have to worry about Sterling Shepard. Covering him one-on-one in the slot is a no-go. You got to worry about Golden Tate in the slot or even outside. These aren't guys that you can just shut down with one-on-one coverage. And then Evan Ingram, he's not going to be a guy that can be stopped easily. So, like I said, if we can get this ball running with Saquon and run that play action and give DJ all of these weapons, it's going to be really, really, really tough to stop. So that's just my 2 cents on that. I think Saquon is going to be a front runner for MVP. I don't think a running back will win MVP for a long time unless it's him, because running backs just are getting devalued at this point. So, you're going to have to get 2,000 yards to get MVP, and I don't think he'll necessarily do that. But if he gets the carries too, I think he can. But I think it's just too much of a passing league these days. No running back is going to get as many carries as AP did that year. Your quarterback pretty much is going to have to be awful for that to happen. Maybe like a Derrick Henry in the playoffs, except for the regular season and the entire season. So we'll see. He could be a front runner for MVP. Could just be, the best running back. But we already know that if Saquon was in that same spot, same position as Christian McCaffrey on that Panthers team last year, we know he'd do the same or better. So stop with the nonsense about somebody being better than Saquon. If anybody just watches from the eye test, I had already come to the conclusion that I didn't think we would draft him that year, and I already said he was the best player in the draft. I mean, if you have somebody like that just looking at him play, you know that this is a once-in-a-generation guy. And I'm just suggesting for you other fans of these other teams, I mean, come on, Ezekiel Elliott, really? He's a really good running back. He's a great running back. He might even get enough stats to qualify for the Hall of Fame. But he is not once in a generation. He doesn't have the long speed. He doesn't have the elusiveness that Saquon has. And he's not even as strong. He's actually lighter than Saquon. He runs, people say he runs harder, but he runs into contact, to get an extra 2 yards. Which sometimes is good, but sometimes there's an entire touchdown to get out of it. Like I said, that's just what I think about this. You guys give me predictions for Saquon this year. I'm looking for 1,600 yards and around 8 touchdowns, maybe 400 yards plus out of the receiving game, 3 or 4 receiving touchdowns. It's going to be a really good year for him, and if he can surpass that, he's definitely in the conversation for MVP. So like I said, D546, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here.